Chapter 8, Lesson 5, Least Common Multiple. It says a multiple of a number is the product of the number and any other whole number. And in parentheses they put, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay? Multiples that are shared by two or more numbers are called common multiples. The least common multiple is the least, which means smallest, least multiple other than 0. So that means you're not going to count 0 in a common set of multiples. So it's going to be the smallest number in a common set of multiples without counting 0. Okay? So let's look at our example. It says, Tom hits golf balls at the driving range every 3 days, practices putting every 4 days, and goes golfing every 6 days. If he did all 3 activities today, in how many days will he do all 3 activities again? So we're going to find and we're going to circle the least common multiple of 3, 4, and 6. Okay? And we're going to list non-zero multiples. So 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. Where am I? 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. And 3 times 6 is 18. You can see the pattern. We're skip counting by 3s. Now we're going to skip count by 4s. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. And 4 times 6 is 24. Again, skip counting, only we're skip counting by 4s. Okay? All right, so 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 5 is 30. And 6 times 6 is 36. So, we found the least common multiples of 3, 4, and 6 by listing them, okay, not including 0. Now we're going to circle the smallest one that they have in common. So, no 3s. Well, we have 2 that have 6 here, but 4 doesn't have 6. 8, 9. But look, here I have a 12, here I have a 12, and here I have a 12. So, boom. There we go. There's our least common multiple. So Tom will complete all 3 activities again in 12 days. Now, we could have made a model, okay? If this was, for whatever reason, not making sense to us, we could have made a model, okay? And we could have started at day 0. And he's at the driving range every 3 days. So driving range, 1, 2, 3, driving range, 1, 2, 3, driving range. Okay, and so we plotted that, all right? And then we could have plotted every 4 days putting. Putting, 1, 2, 3, 4, putting, 1, 2, 3, 4, putting. Okay, and now we've got driving range and putting that have landed on the same one. And then lastly, he golfs. So every 6 days, he golfs every 6 days. So we start at 0, golf, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got a green G for golf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it started at 0, okay, and we can see that in 12 days, he will be doing all 3 again. Okay, so remember, okay, make a model, all right, if you feel like it's overwhelming. All right, let me see. Okay, so let's look at our example 2. We're going to find the least common multiple of 15 and 40. Okay, so we're going to do it by writing the prime factorization of each number. So 15 breaks down into 3 and 5. And those are prime factors. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with 40. 4 times what gets us 40? Well, that's 10. 4 factors out into 2 times 2, and 10 factors out into 2 times 5. Now, here's the cool part, right? So our common prime factors for 15 are 3 and 5, And our common prime factors for 40 are 2, 2, 2, and 5. The only common prime factor is 5. Okay? To find the product of the prime factors using each common factor only once and any remaining factors. So, we have a 2, we have a 2, we have a 2, we have a 3, and we have a 5. So, we have a 2, a 2, a 2, a 3, and a 5. Remember, we can use each common prime factor only once. That's the kicker right there. I can't use both 5s. I can only use one. So, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 3 is 24. 24 times 5 is 120. Okay, so the least common multiple of 15 and 40 is 120. Okay, I'll stop there. Look to your teacher for instruction.